The morning routine. James woke up to the sound of his alarm at 6:30 a.m. He stretched his arms and yawned, still feeling a little sleepy. The sun was rising, and the room was filled with soft morning light. He slowly got out of bed and walked to the bathroom. After brushing his teeth and washing his face, he felt more awake. He went to the kitchen to make breakfast. Today, he decided to have scrambled eggs, toast, and a cup of coffee. While the coffee was brewing, he checked his phone. There were a few emails and a message from his colleague, Emma. "Hey, don't forget about the meeting at 10 a.m. It said. James smiled and replied, "Thanks. I'll be ready." After breakfast, he changed into his work clothes, a blue shirt, dark trousers, and comfortable shoes. He grabbed his laptop bag and checked the time. It was already 7:45 a.m. I should leave now, he thought. He took his keys, put on his jacket, and stepped outside. The air was cool and the streets were already busy with people heading to work. James enjoyed this part of the morning, walking through the quiet neighborhood before reaching the busier city streets. He liked hearing the birds chirping and seeing the sunlight filter through the trees. It was a peaceful moment before the day became hectic. Before leaving, James made sure he had everything: his phone, wallet, and ID badge. He had forgotten his ID once before and had to wait at the reception until someone let him in. Now, he always double-checked. Better to be safe than sorry, he thought as he locked the door behind him. As he walked to the subway station, he thought about his schedule for the day. The morning would be busy with meetings, but he had time in the afternoon to focus on his tasks. He liked planning ahead so he wouldn't feel overwhelmed later. It helped him stay productive and organized. James lived in an apartment in the city, so he usually took the subway to work. The station was just a 5-minute walk from his building. As he walked, he noticed people heading to work, students waiting for the bus, and a man selling coffee on the street corner. The city was waking up. At the subway station, he bought a ticket and waited for the train. When it arrived, he stepped inside and found a seat near the window. The train was busy but not too crowded. He took out his phone and started reading the news. There was an article about new technology in the workplace. Maybe I can use this for our project, he thought. After 20 minutes, the train reached his stop. He got off and walked to his office building. It was a tall glass tower in the business district. James entered the lobby, greeted the receptionist, and took the elevator to the 10th floor. While in the elevator, James glanced at the time. It was 8:30 a.m., so he had some time before his first meeting. He decided to grab another coffee from the cafe in the building. The warm drink helped him feel more energized for the day ahead. As he stepped into his office, he noticed that the large windows gave a perfect view of the city skyline. He always loved this sight. It made him feel motivated. Seeing the tall buildings, the busy streets, and the people moving around reminded him of how much energy the city had. Before heading to his desk, James quickly chatted with a few colleagues. "How was your weekend?" one of them asked. He smiled. "Pretty good. I went hiking. What about you?" A little small talk in the morning always made the workday feel friendlier. Starting the workday. As James walked into his office, he saw his team members already at their desks. "Good morning, everyone," he said. Emma looked up from her computer. "Morning, James. Are you ready for the meeting?" James nodded. "Yes, I read through the reports last night. We should be fine." He placed his laptop on his desk and opened his emails. There was a message from his manager reminding them about a big client presentation next week. At 10 a.m., everyone gathered in the conference room for the meeting. The team discussed their progress on a project, shared ideas, and planned their next steps. James presented his part confidently, explaining the latest updates. The manager was pleased with their work and gave some feedback. After the meeting, James returned to his desk and started organizing his tasks. He liked to write down everything he needed to do in a checklist. Crossing off completed tasks gave him a sense of accomplishment. Lunchtime arrived faster than he expected. He and Emma decided to eat at a nearby cafe. They ordered sandwiches and talked about their upcoming deadlines. "It's going to be a busy week," Emma said. James nodded. "Yeah, but we're making good progress." Before heading back to the office, James checked his phone again. He had a reminder about another task he had forgotten earlier. "Good thing I checked," he thought. He quickly made a note to finish it before the end of the day. An unexpected problem. Just as James was about to return to his desk, his phone rang. It was his manager. "James, we have a problem. Our client just changed their requirements for the project. We need to adjust everything by tomorrow." James took a deep breath. "All right, I'll talk to the team and see how we can handle it." He quickly gathered his colleagues and explained the situation. They brainstormed solutions and divided the tasks. The next few hours were intense. James and his team worked hard, making changes, testing new ideas, and ensuring everything was perfect. By 5 p.m., they had a solid plan. "Good job, everyone," James said. "Let's review it again tomorrow morning." James checked his emails again just to make sure there were no other surprises. Everything else seemed normal. "At least it's only one unexpected problem today," he thought. Some days were more chaotic than others. Before leaving, James took a moment to clean up his desk. He believed that a tidy workspace helped him stay focused. He organized his files, shut down his laptop, and made a note of what he needed to do first thing in the morning. Finally, he stood up and stretched. It had been a long but productive day. As he walked toward the elevator, he waved goodbye to his colleagues. "See you tomorrow." The evening. At the end of the workday, James packed his bag and left the office. He was tired but satisfied. The subway ride home was quiet, and he used the time to relax and listen to music. When he arrived home, he changed into comfortable clothes and made a quick dinner. As he ate, he thought about the day. It had been challenging, but he had managed everything well. Before bed, he checked his phone one last time. There was a message from Emma. "Great job today. See you tomorrow." James smiled, set his alarm, and turned off the light. Another workday was waiting for him in the morning. Later that night, as he lay in bed, he thought about how fast the week was going. It was only Tuesday, but so much had already happened. "I wonder what tomorrow will bring," he thought before finally drifting off to sleep. Question for you. What was the most difficult part of James's day? Write your answer in the comments.